we are ready to go live here. So we are having a little bit of an issue going live, but we're going to double check now. So the more times we do this, I think the easier it will be. Obviously, one would hope, right? Okay, so I'm going to go to YouTube. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, excellent connection. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. I mean, finally here. And I do think I'm going to have to change my little logo because I did change it there. So maybe I'll get a chance to change that in a moment. But let's see here. We'll go to Streamlabs and we'll go to the first live camera. What's up, guys? Greg with PizzlesTechTime back again with another video. And it's a little late on a Sunday night, but I figured it was almost 10. I was going to start at 9:30, but I really wanted to fix some of the issues that I was having the last stream. A lot of the text I was trying to show was a little bit too blurry, and I really didn't like that. So I'm trying to get it, better set up each and every time I do it. And I think it'll be pretty simple to get the hang of once I learn it. And I have had a very busy week. I haven't had much time to relax. I ended up actually changing the alternator in my girlfriend's car, and I had a warranty from AutoZone, so I ended up getting the warranty, put it in the car. It still wasn't working. So then I was thinking, like, I must be crazy. I started testing it, jumping it, trying to figure out what the heck was going on. I ended up breaking down like 2 times, trying to take it to my dad's friend's shop, testing the alternator. And basically what they came up with was the alternator was bad, which was an assumption of mine, but I did call my dad to help me. So luckily they were professional mechanics. They were like tearing apart the car, trying to figure it out. Went back to AutoZone, got under the hood of the car, took the alternator out, returned it to AutoZone again. This time I went to a better store, I would say, or maybe just like, a different store. And I ended up getting a little bit better of one. And so after taking 2 days to change the alternator, the car is running, and I feel good about that. So I think it would be nice if I could see the chat like right over here. I don't know why I can't. Let's see here. Boom, boom, bow, boom, boom, bow. Editor. Okay, mini feed. No events to display. Oh, there was a chat. Oh, it's because I'm not signed into YouTube. That's why. Huh. So let's see, actually, now that I'm here, we can actually view my own stream here, and we'll see if I type something in the chat, if you guys will see it, because I definitely want to make sure I missed a couple chats, even though there wasn't too many people here. I didn't want to miss all the chats here, so try to check this out. And content, we go to live. Do it live. Yep. All right, so we will, boom. Okay, click that link and do it live. Yep. All right, so we will that, and let's just test the audio really quick. So actually, let me come over here, and I will, boom, I will mute this for a second so you guys don't hear an echo. Okay, and we'll go here. Boom, boom, boom. I will mute this for a second so you guys don't hear an echo. Okay, and we'll go here. Boom, boom, boom. I will mute this for a second so you guys don't hear an echo. Okay, and live. Yep. All right, so we will that, and let's just test the audio really quick. So actually, okay. Oh. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me see if I can. Oh, I never even muted. I never even muted it. Wow, I'm a dum-dum. I thought I muted it, but apparently I didn't. Okay, so what's going on, guys? I'm back. I'm back. I want to chat publicly as Greggy Grizzle. What up, dog? What up, dog? So I wanted to see if it would actually show up because, yeah, okay, great. So hopefully it stays there so I can see if any of you guys have any questions or comments at all. I am apparently a photographer, videographer, mechanic, electrician, plumber, and I'm trying to be better at all of them, but it's really hard when you try to do way too much. It's pretty true what they say. Jack of all trades, master of none. So we're live right here. And I have set it up this time to be a little bit different. I do have another camera angle, but it looks pretty bad. So I don't think that I'm going to be keeping that one. So hopefully, let me make sure that this is not picking up audio other than the microphone that I want. So I've got that angle, and then I've got this one right here. So I can go over like the hot tech news and stuff. Hot tech news, you know what I'm saying? We got to catch up. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. Well, it's been a week, but we're back at it. Not the most exciting tech week. I haven't had too much time to take a look at it here, but it is been pretty interesting to say the least. This was my Amazon page. Well, is my Amazon page that I upload stuff to, but apparently you don't do too well with the videos on Amazon. Like you don't make a ton of money like people probably think, or I thought, but it's still pretty good to be able to use that. And to be able to make some money on the side is great, but it's not much money unless your videos are better, I guess. So I need to make better videos. So I'm going to put this over here so I can see the live chat live here. Boom. Okay. So we have the AMD 9700 XTX. Yeah. So we have the new AMD cards coming out. No, not the 7900. We'll accept your cookies. Products. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the internet is buzzing about these new cards, the RX 9000 series graphics cards from AMD. Now, supposedly they are about to catch up to NVIDIA, which, not catch up. They're not going to obviously, like the card that I'm using to stream right now is the 4090. NVIDIA just came out with the 5090. I believe from what I can see, other than the features, it seems to be about 10% better, which for me, not really worth the upgrade if it was just the numbers, but it's not just the numbers. You gotta actually think about the encoders, which is what makes the graphics card able to live stream better. So this is accepting the feed from my Canon C70, and it is also getting other feeds, so it has to take those video settings and then encode them out in a way that the internet can read it and understand it. So that's why it's good to have a good graphics card when you're editing video, when you're streaming video, and it becomes a lot more important. Although you can put it on the CPU, it is better to do it with graphics nowadays. So if you have a powerful CPU, you can even game and stream right from the same computer, which I found preferable as to, trying to use two computers, especially with this big monitor right here, because I like to play on this, if I do get a chance to play, I like to play on this monitor. Not that my bottom monitor, there's anything wrong with it, but it's like, this one's huge. I want to game on it, but it's then hard to send that to another computer. It's a lot easier if I just play on this monitor and then stream from the computer I'm playing on. But anywho, so these cards have been released, but they don't come out, I believe, until the 3rd, I believe. It says the wait is almost over. So they are claiming that with their new AI features, like the new NVIDIA cards have, that these AMD cards are going to give, great performance. They are comparing them against, I believe, their own last generation cards, which is boom boom. Oh, okay, boom 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 boom. Oh, okay. So no, this is native 4K on the newer cards, the 9070 XT, and we've got 2.6 times the FPS. So that's pretty cool. Especially on these ones right here. So you're getting a big boost in the frame rate, and this is AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2.1. They always have the best names, but so these cards are going to be pretty cool, mostly because the price that they're coming in at is a lot more reasonable than NVIDIA's cards. NVIDIA's at the top of the deck right now, so they can charge whatever the heck they want for their cards. They did a release last month or about a month ago, and their cards were barely available. Now, I was trying to get one, but from Micro Center, because I wanted to trade in my other card to get like $1,000 back, because the card really is still pretty expensive. So that was my main goal, to do that, and I was really excited to get it, and I realized that I wasn't going to get it, so I did search online other places, and it's basically impossible to get it at this point. So with AMD coming out with these cards, I believe they are going to get pretty close. I'd be more interested in the 9070 XT, and then maybe later down the line they come out with an even better one. So you are getting, so right here, this is the streaming encoder, which is going to be really awesome. High quality streaming with AV1 3. I don't know what that is, why it says 3. AV1 3. Okay. Lower bit rates and smaller file sizes, so that is great. AMD noise suppression. And some of this stuff you'll probably never actually use. But from what I'm seeing, from what I'm seeing, it seems to be a pretty fair deal, I would say. So basically, you're getting, with the 9070 XT, you're getting 64 compute units, 64 array accelerators, 128 AI accelerators, and 2400 megahertz gaming frequency, 64 megabytes of AMD Infinity Cache technology. Now, they like to use a lot of buzzwords in their marketing, which every company does it, but they are really out of pocket with this. So it does have 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is really nice. Now, what I'm curious to see is how it compares to NVIDIA once these release, and once we can actually get all the benchmarks. We can see the real comparisons between the NVIDIA, 5080. It's going to be interesting. I would love to see the games that I might actually play compared, because I think it's really awesome that we just to be able to get a little bit of competition is going to be great, because I'm sick and tired of NVIDIA doing stuff like this. And basically, if you want the best graphics, you have to buy NVIDIA. And it looks like AMD is getting there, but not quite there yet. But let's hope that they get there. Let me do this here so you guys don't miss it here. So let's go back to the live camera here. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. We are going to try to do these at a more normal hour. It's just a little more fun for me to be spontaneous. No, it's just I was busy with the car. So basically I'm trying to work the kinks out of these. So if I do these at weirder times, that's really okay with me, until we start actually doing a little bit more and getting a little more viewers in here. So I don't see any chat. Okay, yeah, it's probably might be a little bit late, but if you do stop by, definitely say hi, because I'm a little lonely over here streaming. I tried Twitch, not great for new streamers there right now. I tried gaming there, and it was pretty I mean, I like to play whatever game I'm playing. I was playing like Indiana Jones, so it's probably my fault. Nobody wants to watch that game, but I think it looks amazing. I actually love it, and I've been really enjoying it. It's one of the best games I've played in a long time. But I am using the ray tracing features with high fidelity, so to me it looks amazing, and I have a lot of fun playing it. But I streamed on Twitch. Didn't do the best in the world, but we're gonna do these at a more normal time. And I've got some other things here in the tech news here. Boom, 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 boom. So we also, this is the interesting one here. So a couple things for gaming here. So let me see if I can bring up the web page. So we've got a couple things. So let me see here. Activision discloses use of generative AI in Call of Duty. I mean, that is really, you know, you really do figure the Hindu. What the heck? I don't know what this is, but here we go. Okay. Activision discloses use of generative AI in Call of Duty 6 Blackouts game. Blackouts. Oh, I stopped playing Call of Duty like a long time ago, and basically because of lack of time to get good, number one, and migraines. A lot of times I get migraines, and these type of games can really trigger it. If I play it for a couple hours, I go real hard, and I get real sweaty, and not the best for somebody like me who gets migraines. So I tend to stay away from it. And there's just ads here. This is horrible, man. What the hell? Okay, so game maker Activision disclosed that it used generative AI in order to help develop some in-game assets for game Call of Duty Black Ops 6 per the notice on its Steam page. Game players have had previously noticed telltale sign. Oh, let me start over. Game players had previously noticed some telltale signs of AI generated content, such as wrong number of fingers on a character's hands, as well as other possible AI generated media content reported by tech outlet The Verge. So that is really not surprising, to be quite honest with you. Um, so updated generative AI disclosure on Steam. So I mean, why wouldn't they? So Steam is really saving a lot of gamers, and they are changing their rules, or you know, it requires developers to disclose the use of that technology, AI tech, for making games, because players deserve to know, if you're paying full price for a game, how much did the creators use AI, and how much are they charging you for the game. I guess for some things it doesn't matter as much, but we are getting into the age of AI. This year, NVIDIA announced that we are going to have AI assistants, which are like a combination of different AI models, and they're going to run from prompts from another AI model. So it's really just getting very interesting with the AI, very dangerous, very interesting. And at the same time, it has the potential to do a lot of good and bad things. So it is a really interesting thing here, but I expect nothing less from Activision. I mean, they have to put out a Call of Duty game every year, and it's really hard to keep it fresh. And I'm surprised that they still do it so much. I think they'd be better off taking a little break in between, maybe like every 2 years or something like that. But they just see the money and want the money. And I remember, like, when Call of Duty first came out, you would actually be able to play it for a couple years. You would be able to maybe download the new map, play the new Nazi, play the new zombies or the whatever, and it was a lot better back then, I think. But I, of course, am, I'm a little bit biased because I don't actually play this anymore. But wow, it's a good side view of the vape right there, huh? Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I got caught in 4K with my nose out. Vaping. Stay away from vaping, kids. Activision finally admits. Okay, so yeah, I think that's interesting, but I do believe it's going to be happening. And we also have some interesting news with Microsoft. So AI is making video games more fun, and oh, I wasn't even showing you that page that whole time. I didn't even realize that. So I'm reading the news here. Sorry about that. I probably could have put it there. So okay, let me go to the web page here. Sorry, I kind of stink at this, but hopefully I'll get better, or maybe I won't. Okay, so let me see if I can actually run this up over here so I can see it. I think it might be a little late on Sunday to be actually streaming, but I thought it would be a good idea for me to get some practice here because I do need it, as you can see. So, how AI is making video games more fun and immersive. AI elements changing the way we game. AI is revolutionizing gaming technology by introducing elements like procedural generation, AI NPCs, and super sampling. Okay, so that actually wasn't what I was looking for. Oh, that's Muse. Yeah. Okay, so basically, yeah, that was the first tab that I missed there. So this is really interesting. It says introducing Muse, our first generative AI model designed for gameplay ideation. And basically, what's going on here, it says Muse is an AI model trained on the bleeding edge of AI. And an AI model trained on the game Bleeding Edge, capable of generating gameplay by understanding 3D environments and physics. This development has sparked discussions among game developers about AI's potential to augment or replace human creators, with some expressing concerns over job displacement. Microsoft plans to launch AI generated games on Copilot Labs and has been working on AI infused mini games. That's from TheVerge.com. And we are over here on Microsoft.com. Today is publishing our latest research, which introduces the first world and human action model WAM, which we've named Muse. It's a generative AI model of a video game that can generate visuals, controller actions, or both. So this is really interesting. I mean, so AI can basically create these games here and generate, you know, generate it in real time, I guess. And it looks to be really, really interesting. You really can't escape AI right now, especially if you're into gaming. It's like AI is everywhere. And then, even in the professional world, if you put an application in somewhere, AI is going to scan it and tell the employer if they should hire you or not. So, it is becoming a really, really interesting world. And there is a lot going on with this. I don't have too much to say about this right here until I can actually try it. But it is really interesting stuff here, and I wonder how far they're going to take it. Like, they're already starting to develop little mini games. I wonder if soon we'll be playing AI generated video games that are tailored to our likes and what we want to see in the game. I mean, that would be really interesting if you could have like an AI model of a game, and it's just based off what you want and not what these crazy devs want or what other people want. That would be really interesting. You could literally make a game about your favorite IP, and man, there's just so many cool things here. And this is really just the beginning. So the global hackathon was the perfect opportunity for everyone to come together and build our first working prototype. WAM demonstrator. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if those are frames or if those are like inputs. It's hard to say from what I'm seeing here, but really interesting stuff. Muse evaluation of consistency, diversity, and persistency. What the heck? Diversity. Okay. Very hard for me to understand this just looking at it there, but we've also got Apple releasing game porting toolkit to boost Mac gaming. So that is really cool because forever people have scoffed at Apple and gaming on a Mac. And now we have boom, 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 gaming portal, Apple developer. So bring your advanced games to Mac, iPad, and iPhone. So that is really cool, and it looks like anyone can download it, get started easily if you have a Windows binary, blah blah blah. So that is really cool because Mac has been notoriously hard to get a game to run on. So to finally have this is pretty awesome. And I think people that have Macs would enjoy gaming occasionally, just like people with Windows computers would. So this is going to be really cool. I don't know if it's, going to be difficult for developers to do this or not, but I think overall that's a net positive. A lot of Apple users, especially in the creative field, not me personally, of course, but I'm using a PC and I also use Android for my phone, but I do have an Apple phone for my full-time job. So very, very interesting. And we've got in other news, we've got in-car gaming gains popularity among major automakers. So Tesla, I believe, was one of the first to add games, and of course, what people do is they, see what Tesla does, they bash it, and then they do exactly that, copy them. So that's what I notice, anyways. So we've got brands like BMW, Tesla, and Volvo offering a variety of games such as Uno, Solitaire, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So that's really, really interesting, and passengers can use their mobile phones as controllers. So I think that is really the future and definitely will get people kind of, they're still using their phones, but, talking around with people that are actually in the car. So that is pretty cool. And we've got some other news, not necessarily gaming news, but we have some crypto news. So I've been a Pi miner for the past, so many years. I think I got it a long time ago. And we've got this right here. Trump names cryptocurrencies in strategic reserve. So that is pretty interesting. Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano for strategic reserve. They rose 10% on the news. So it says Trump has moved quickly to back crypto industry policy priorities. Really, really interesting stuff here. We kind of had a lot of scare with crypto, a lot of sell-offs amid, people being afraid that there was going to be regulation, which could come at some point for sure. I do think it will be regulated, especially if it's going to be used by the government, the federal government. But I think this is a big win for crypto. And like I said a second ago, I've been mining Pi for years, and I accidentally locked most of my Pi, but I do support it. I think it's a great idea to put crypto in the hands of your normal everyday person who can just mine it on their phone. And then as they do it and learn more about crypto, it kind of helps them get adjusted to crypto because the way crypto is like kind of soaking us in, like it's kind of like it started out small and now we're actually working our way to a reserve currency for the federal government. Now, if you're curious, what is a strategic reserve for U.S.? Okay, So the strategic no, that's crude oil for U.S. crypto. Let's check that. Okay. Will create a strategic reserve that includes major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. The latest effort by Trump to court the cryptocurrency industry as he's become a major crypto backer in recent months. I love how they say that in recent months. Like, oh, he's a 2-bit hack because he's only been interested a few months. Yeah, well, if he's gonna make some money on it, I'm sure he's interested in it, but I think overall it's going to be a net positive. Sorry, I do that crazy thing with the mouse there. Overall, it's going to be a net positive for crypto. So if you love crypto, you can like it, whether you like the guy or not, or whether you agree that he's been in it for too short or too long. I think supporting something that you care about is cool. And I have some crypto, very low amounts, but I've been interested in the space since I heard about it. I just didn't have any money to invest when Bitcoin was $500. At that time, I was thinking $500 for what? What am I getting? I just couldn't understand it. I wish I bought it, but I would have had to have held that a long time, which would have been pretty hard. And let's see here, what else we can see, because I'll admit it's a little confusing. So, oh my God, they make the ad bigger. Jeez, man, ads are getting so bad. Crypto strategic reserve in recent months. Okay, so here's the key facts from Forbes here. A national crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks, Trump said, adding he directed his administration to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes cryptocurrencies like XRP, Solana, and ADA, obviously Bitcoin as well. He then added a second post saying the reserve will obviously include Bitcoin and Ethereum as the heart of the reserve, saying he loves the top two cryptocurrencies. Trump's announcement Sunday builds on an executive order Trump issued January 23rd, directing his administration to create a working group to propose regulatory framework on digital assets, which includes evaluating a national digital asset stockpile. Interesting. So, no, I don't want to join. Let's see here. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing any chat. Chizzies. No chats. No viewers, no chats. That's okay. And, boom. Let me see here. What's going on here? Change it there. Sorry, guys. Solana and P, Solana and A. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I gotta kind of optimize this a little bit so I can see chat over here. I'll fix that. Okay, so that is really, really interesting. If you're a crypto fan, it should be good for all of crypto. So that's pretty interesting. Obviously, pretty divisive, the president, but if he supports something you like, you got to get on board. Okay, what else we got? Okay, so yeah, Microsoft retired Skype. I don't think anyone really used it anymore, so not really news. Meta fires employees amid leaks and political shifts. Let's see, they're gonna blame Trump again. I can guarantee that. They say they hate the guy, but every website and every web page blames everything. Look, Zuckerberg, Trump. How did I know it? How did I know it? Oh man, sickening. Sickening. Meta on Thursday said it had laid off 20 workers for leaking information to the media as the social media giant faces pressure over the recent political shift of its boss, Mark Zuckerberg, towards US President Donald Trump. He's orange. We tell employees when they join the company we offer periodic reminders that it is against our policies to leak internal information no matter the intent, a Meta spokesperson said, confirming a story first reported in The Verge. We conducted an investigation that resulted in roughly 20 employees being terminated for sharing confidential information outside the company, and we expect there will be more. We take this seriously, and we will continue to take action when we identify leaks. I mean, that seems like something any company would do. I don't know what that has to do with politics. I mean, I think, I'm going to get real with you guys, all right? So hold on, give me one sec. All right. So I'm going to get real with you guys. Meta fires employees for leaks amid Zuckerberg's Trump pivot. We're going to have to clip this up, so I'll have to start that over. Meta fires employees for leaks amid Zuckerberg's Trump pivot. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here because I've been following this. This is not an extreme pivot. I think, obviously, this is done for profit. When you're looking at a company that, works for profit, usually they're going to go towards what's going to make the company more money, number one. And number two, I've seen Zuckerberg on multiple podcasts, and before it was really popular to support theories that weren't popularized, like lab leak and all that stuff. He was on podcasts and he was kind of upfront that he was getting pressured by the government. So if you have the government at your door and they're basically, they're taking him to court. Both parties were taking him to court, putting pressure on him to change, putting pressure on him to give them information, putting pressure on him to censor things. And that pressure changed him as a person. You can see his transformation. And what you don't think about is how many times that guy had to go to court and, literally, get ridiculed by the senators, ridiculed by the public. He's under an incredible amount of pressure. Number one. Number two, the app is going in the direction that people were sick of it. They were sick of their posts getting taken down. They were sick of not being able to believe what they saw. And that's why you've seen a shift from the media, from the government, because the average everyday person is, they're in tune. They're more in tune than they ever were. And when you see something on a screen, you can't just believe it, especially nowadays, whether or not Mark Zuckerberg says he's your friend or this podcaster says he's your friend. You really have to do your due diligence and do research into these things. You can't just believe it one side or the other. And that's how I've always tended to make my, opinions and beliefs. I don't tend to make them off what I read on a computer screen or what somebody tells me. I like to look into it, especially if it interests me. I like to look at all different sides and see what's actually going on here. And what I see is somebody who's motivated by money. He's motivated by appeal. He wants to appeal to people. And this is the changing of the old guard. Censorship is no longer popular. People are sick of it. So my heater is, I can hear it screeching there. So, the popularity is going towards freedom of speech. and everybody can kind of feel that pull. So what he's basically doing is, he's basically giving into the pressure, but not in the way that your normal person would. He's giving into the pressure and saying, okay, I'm going to change. I'm going to change my entire company. I'm going to, I'm going to put my full faith in freedom of speech, and I am going to, go in the direction that the normal everyday person wants and not what the government tells me people want, because clearly there was a huge mismatch there. And what happens when people control what they want you to hear and what they don't want you to hear is you get confused, you do not get the truth. So I think this is an overall step to good, and I think he caved into pressure, but he's going in the way that's going to support him financially. It's going to please the most people, and it's going to help grow his businesses. So it's really a no-brainer here, but the media likes to say this is because of Trump. Obviously it has some things to do with him, but it's just a way for them to make a headline. Mark Zuckerberg is motivated by profit and what the everyday person is going to want, because that is going to make him more appealing and it's going to help grow his brand. And that's really all that matters. So that's about it there. So I think I am a little bit tired of reading the news, so we'll go back over here. And you guys will have to let me know what you think of that. What do you think about this whole pivot towards free speech? I think overall it's going to be a great thing. And, oh man, I'm not used to reading and being live. I got a little flush there. But this is really, really interesting time to be alive, and you really have to double check your facts and be interested to learn. You really want to be aware of what's going on financially in the government, and I even think local politics are going to be very important in the future. The main issue is the middle class has been being crushed for the past 20 years. So your average everyday person really, really can't get involved in local politics. And really what I would like to see for myself, if I could get out from the financial strain that I'm under right now, would be to get more involved with the public sector, get more involved with churches, local businesses, local politics with your city or with your state. And I do think it's going to become more and more important as we have access to information and AI. You really need people that are open-minded and keen to learn and not keen to bring others down. We all need to, a rising tide lifts all boats. So if you get people who are, open-minded, but also care about other people enough to change their mind on things. You need somebody empathetic, you need somebody open-minded, and you need somebody that is not controlled already, which is really, really hard to get, especially when you look at the middle class. They're basically controlled by their full-time job. They're controlled by their lack of money. So basically they're, a slave to work. And then the little time that they get, maybe they need to rest, maybe they want to spend time with their family. I'm sure most people can't see themselves going to meetings twice a week or doing this or that. And really, that's how you have to get involved. You have to start being there. You have to start showing up. And it's going to be more important for the everyday person to get out there and get involved in local politics. And that's something I could definitely see myself doing if I had the time and finances to maybe do that. So, I know this stream was a little bit late, so I'm probably not going to stay on too much longer, but thank you to anyone who showed up. I know the time wasn't really the best, but I still need to work out the kinks in this and get it set up so I can do this a little easier. And I do want to kind of get the camera angle a little bit better, because I do usually record from over there. So, I have all the stuff that I like over there, so it's kind of hard to get the front of me here and get it the way I like. As you can see, I've got a lot of I got a lot of clutter over back there, so I don't really love the way that looks. But I mean, I could actually cut out the background if I wanted to. What I would do is like a background blur or something, but I don't really love that look. I actually like this camera. It looks really nice, although I am showing a little red tonight, but that's all right. What are you gonna do? And I will be recording and editing some videos in the very near future. I actually have like 10 terabytes of video footage, unboxings, and I need to do like intros and outros for them. So I'll definitely be doing that as soon as I possibly can. I got some really cool stuff. I'm getting really good at shooting video and taking photos, so I'm really excited to work more in that area. And I'm really excited for the future, but I've had a tough time sitting down and editing videos, especially spread out so thin. If doing small client work and also trying to work full time, it is pretty difficult. But if this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And my name's Greg with PizzlesTechTime, reminding you to embrace goodness and you'll attract greatness. Believe me, it has worked for me, and I know it'll work for you. I'll see you in the next city council meeting. Good sir. I'll see you later.